back to Ollie's ASMR world. This will not be my longest video ever. It is 5:52 AM on Thursday the 14th of December. I'm leaving the house at 6:20 AM, 14th of December. So I literally have like 25 minutes. And then after a few of those minutes I need to be getting my shoes on. So let's get going. I thought I'd give a little ramble about some football. The Champions League group stages are over. Newcastle are out. It's a shame, honestly, it's a real shame. They lost to AC Milan last night, 2-1 at home. A game that they were leading. I think the Champions League's probably took its toll on Newcastle this season. Their league form's not been as good as last season. They've had a lot of injury problems, lost a lot of players to injury. Their team isn't as big as it needs to be to compete in the Champions League, plus the Premier League, etc., etc. Obviously they signed Tonali, and then he has his big suspension now because of gambling issues, and they've had injuries to Callum Wilson, Isaac at various times. They've lost Sven Botman, their defender. There's a lot of problems. I mean, this young kid they brought in, I forget his name on top of my head. He's like 17 years old. He has played against PSG, AC Milan, 17 years old, and he's not let himself down. Fair play to him. But yeah, Newcastle are out. Man United, less said about them the better. Honestly, we don't need to talk about Man United. Not for a very long time. Or not at least until I feel less hungover. Then we'll have a chat about Man United. Yeah, we're out, basically, of Europe altogether. I don't think that's such a bad thing. Like, really, I think it could be very beneficial to us. Because now we only have, like, 2 competitions that we can be crap in. We're still in the Carabao Cup. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we are still in the, I don't think we are. We're still in the FA Cup because that's not started yet. We've not had a chance to be knocked out of it. Maybe by mid-January we will be. And we are still in the Premier League, at least for this season. Whether we will be next season, that is another matter altogether. Arsenal, they went through their group stage fairly comfortably. Man City obviously went through. I mean, last night I didn't see the game, but they was on one of the earlier kickoffs in their final group game against, was it Red Star Belgrade, is it? I forget now. Whoever it is that they were taking on. They played a lot of kids, I think. I mean, it was that easy for them that Calvin Phillips even got on the pitch and scored a penalty. What the hell's that all about? I mean, I think even Edison would be ahead of Calvin Phillips in the penalties taking stakes if it was more of a competitive game. But fair play to Pep, he gave a couple of young kids a game and both scored. I was like, wow, that is impressive. Well, you know, when United in the past have played youngsters and they've done well, I'm always quite proud to say that they're United lads. So I reckon Man City fans are very proud as well to know they've got these young players who've come in, not just like for their first Champions League game, but like for their first City games. Like the one lad who scored the first goal, I think it was his first appearance in the Man City first team, and he made it in the Champions League away from home and scored. So what a way to make an impact. That does not mean he'll be anywhere near the team going forward. When you look at Cole Palmer, he made a big impact early on in various games at City and still had to move on to get game time. We then had Barcelona. Oh my god. What's going on with Barcelona? I saw the scoreline when a couple minutes, it was 1-0 down So I went 1-0 down to Antwerp. And next thing I know, I think it was 1-1. And by the end, when I got to the final scores, they lost 3-2. Barcelona. I was like, what am I seeing here? Porto, a great win. I say great win, it was a great scoreline, 5-3 at home in their game. I think that was against Shakhtar Donetsk. Let's get up some scorelines on Sky Sports News. Bear with me. Because I'm not like a walking encyclopedia of scorelines. I'm only like you, I'm human. So, I have to check sometimes. And yeah, here we go. Lazio lost away to Atletico Madrid 2-0. Celtic finally got themselves a European win in the Champions League at home to Feyenoord 2-1. Dortmund PSG played out a 1-1 draw. AC Milan beat Newcastle 2-1. City won 3-2 away from home. Leipzig beat Young Boys of Bern 2-1. Antwerp beat Barcelona 3-2. Porto beat Shakhtar 5-3. Let's see what the tables look like at the end of that. See who has gone through to the next round of the Champions League. Bear with me. Here we go. So the groups ended like this. Oh my god. Group A. Bayern Munich, first place. Copenhagen, second. Galatasaray, third. Man United, fourth. 4 points we got from 6 games. That is not good enough at all. Group B. Arsenal first, PSV second, Lens third, Sevilla fourth. Only 2 points for Sevilla from 6 games. Group C. Real Madrid first, Napoli second, Braga third, Union Berlin fourth. Only 2 points for Berlin. Group D. Real Sociedad first, Inter second, Benfica third, Salzburg fourth. Salzburg out of Europe. Group E. Atletico Madrid first, Lazio second, Feyenoord third, Celtic fourth. But they did get themselves a win at the end, so at least they didn't finish on 1 point. They actually got the same amount of points as United in what could possibly be said is a harder group. Lazio, Atletico Madrid and Feyenoord. Group F. Dortmund first, PSG second, AC Milan third, Newcastle fourth. Newcastle in a much tougher group than United, got an extra point than United. Group G. Man City first on 18 points, for fuck's sake, sorry. Leipzig second, Young Boys third. And lastly, we have Group H. Barcelona first, Porto second, Shakhtar third, Antwerp, who beat Barcelona in fourth with 3 points. They're only 3 points going against the great Barcelona. I don't know if Barca put out some kids for that game. I really ain't sure. But they got the loss anyway to Antwerp. And one of the most shocking results you'll see this season in Europe, whether they played their kids or not, it's not something they want in the record books. A loss away at Antwerp. Yeah, so I don't know when the draw is for the next round of the Champions League. I'm sure it'll be soon. Some big teams still in it. Dortmund, PSG's, Man City's, Arsenal's, Real Madrid's, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Real Sociedad, etc., etc. Strange not to see teams like Juve in there, isn't it? They didn't make the Champions League this season. Over the years, Juventus has been a massive team in the Champions League, and they're not in it. Man United ain't in it. Liverpool aren't in there. Obviously, they didn't make the Champions League this season. Who do I reckon are going to win it? I mean, I don't think it matters really. likes of Man City, Real Madrid get, they'll beat them. Bayern Munich more than likely can turn it on against most teams. If as long as they're kept apart, i.e. they don't play each other, then I think you could be looking at Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern, definitely them three to make the last four as long as they don't play each other. Who else did I just mention a moment ago? I can't remember now. But yeah, I can't see past City, Real Madrid and Bayern being in the last four as long as they don't have to play each other before then. Outright winners, I can't really see past Man City or Real Madrid. I mean, how about a PSG? Just in general, I don't even mean in Champions League necessarily, but for the amount of money they've spent over the years to be as far away from winning a Champions League as they currently are, you could put them on a par with Man United in how badly they've spent their money, and that's saying something because United have been shocking over the years with their transfers. I mean, Christ almighty, there's talk of Donny van der Beek going to Leverkusen, I think he's, or somewhere in Germany. And I'm thinking, just take him. It's a shame for him. It's a shame that it hasn't worked out. But the fact that his previous manager, Ajax, Erik ten Hag, has come in, you'd be thinking, okay, Van Beek gets a chance now. Nope, he doesn't. What the hell? This lad was like a star player for Ajax under ten Hag. And now ten Hag's there. He still can't get a game. Some players, I mean, if that was not proof enough to ten Hag that signing players in the Dutch league isn't always going to work, I don't know what is. He didn't stop him signing Anthony though, did he? And Malacia, Martinez, no problem with that signing. One of the best signings of last season, Lisandro Martinez. But he seems to be his go-to answer. He's just got to